This is an animated audiobook of the Apocalypse of James, a Gnostic scripture found in the Nag Hammadi library at gnosis.org. I've left a link in the description box below, and within this video I've added some imagery and my own personal reader notes to hopefully help give you a better understanding of the context of the actual text. Please help the channel, give the algorithms a kick, take a moment, like the video, leave a small comment below, and share on your own social media platforms. It is the Lord who spoke with me. See now the completion of my redemption. I have given you a sign of these things, James, my brother. For not without reason have I called you my brother, although you are not my brother materially. And I am not ignorant concerning you, so that when I give you a sign, know and hear. Nothing existed except Him who is, He who is unnameable and ineffable. I myself am also unnameable from Him who is, just as I have been given a number of names, too, from Him who is. And I am before you. Since you have asked concerning femaleness, femaleness existed, but femaleness was not first, and it prepared for itself powers and gods. But it did not exist when I came forth, since I am an image of Him who is. But I have brought forth the image of Him, so that the sons of Him who is might know what things are theirs, and what things are alien to them. Behold, I shall reveal to you everything of this mystery, for they will seize me the day after tomorrow, but my redemption will be near. James said, Rabbi, you have said they will seize me, but what can I do? He said to me, Fear not, James, you too will they seize, but leave Jerusalem, for it is she who always gives the cup of bitterness to the sons of light. She is a dwelling place of a great number of the Archons. Reader's note, Jerusalem's third temple that is to be built sits right between our two temples on the third eye. But your redemption will be preserved from them, so that you may understand who they are and what kinds they are. You will text missing and listen. They are not text missing, but they are Archons text missing. These 12 text missing down, Archons text missing upon his own Hebdomad. Reader's note, Hebdomad is a group of 7, a grouping of 7, as in the 7 days of the week. James said, Rabbi, are there then 12 Hebdomads and not 7 as the scriptures say? And the Lord said, James, he who has spoke concerning this scripture had a very limited understanding. I, however, shall reveal to you what has come forth from Him who has no number. I shall give a sign concerning their number. As for what has come forth from Him who has no measure, I shall give a sign concerning their measures. James said, Rabbi, behold then, I have received their number. They are 72 measures. And the Lord said, These are the 72 heavens, which are their subordinates, or their Archons, their workers. These are the powers of all their might, and they were established by then, and these are those who are distributed everywhere, existing under the authority of the 12 Archons. The inferior power among them brought forth for itself angels and an immense unnumbered amount of hosts. To elaborate a bit further on the number 72, Reader's note, in a second you'll see a whole slew of 72 correlations coming at the bottom of the screen. You can slow the video down or go back and look at it. It would have taken just way too long. The Earth creates a natural pentacle with its orbit around the Sun, and the Earth's orbit is 360 degrees. And in those 360 degrees, the Earth has 365 revolutions or days within the orbit. Now, the only number that divides 360 and 365 without a remainder is the number 5. And this gives the ratio 72 degrees per 73 days, 72, 73. Each one of the points marks 1/3 of the or 1/5 of the orbit, and if you connect the dots, it creates a pentacle. End of reader's note. Him who is, however, has been given text missing. On account of text missing, him who is text missing, they are unnumbered. If you want to give them a number now, you will not be able to do so until you cast away from your blind thought this bond of flesh which encircles you, and then you will reach him who is, and you will no longer be James, but rather you are the one who is, and all those who are unnumbered will all have been named. James said, Rabbi, in what way shall I reach him who is, since all these powers and these hosts are armed against me? And he said to me, these powers are not armed against you specifically, but are armed against another. It is against me that they are armed, and they are armed with other powers. But they are armed against me in judgment. They did not give text missing to me in it, text missing. Through them, text missing. In this place, text missing suffering. I shall text missing, and he will text missing, and I shall not rebuke them, but there shall be within me a silence and a hidden mystery. But I am faint-hearted before their anger. James said, Rabbi, if they arm themselves against you, then is there no blame? You have come with knowledge, that you might rebuke their forgetfulness, and you have come with recollection, that you might rebuke their ignorance. But I was concerned because of you, for you descended into a great ignorance, but you have not been defiled by anything in it. For you descended into a great mindlessness, and your recollection remained. You walked in mud, and your garments were not soiled, and you have not been buried in their filth, and you have not been caught. And I was not like them, but I clothed myself with everything of theirs. There is in me forgetfulness, yet I remember things that are not theirs. There is in me text missing, and I am in there text missing. Knowledge, text missing. Not in their sufferings, text missing. But I have become afraid before them since their rule. For what will they do? What will I be able to say? Or what would I be able to say that I may escape them? The Lord said, James, I praise your understanding and your fear. If you continue to be distressed, do not be concerned for anything else except your redemption. For behold, I shall complete this destiny upon this earth, as I have said from the heavens, and I shall reveal to you your redemption. James said, Rabbi, how after these things will you appear to us again? After they seize you, and you complete this destiny, you will go up to him who is. And the Lord said, James, after these things I shall reveal to you everything, not for your sake alone, but for the sake of the unbelief of men, so that the faith may exist in them. For a multitude will attain to faith, and they will increase in text missing. And after this I shall appear for a reproof to the Archons, and I shall reveal to them that he cannot be seized. If they seize him, then he will overpower each one of them. But now I shall go, Remember the things I have spoken, and let them go up before you." And James said, "Lord, I shall hasten as you have said." The Lord said farewell to him and fulfilled what was fitting. When James heard of this suffering, he was much distressed, and awaited the sign of his coming. And his coming did come after several days. And James was walking upon the mountain, which is called Golgotha, or Golgotha, with his disciples who listened to him because they had been distressed. And he was text missing, a comforter, saying, "This is text missing, second text missing." The crowd dispersed, but James remained text missing, prayer, as was his custom. And the Lord appeared to him. Then he stopped his prayer, and he embraced him. He kissed him, saying, "Rabbi, I have found you. I have heard of your suffering, which you endured, and I have been very much distressed. My compassion you know. Therefore, on reflection, I was wishing that I would not see these people. They must be judged for these things, and they have done. For these things that they have done are contrary to what is fitting." And the Lord said, "James, do not be concerned for me or for this people. I am He who is within me. Never have I suffered in any way, nor have I ever been distressed. And this people has done me no harm. But this people existed as a type of the Archons, and it deserved to be destroyed through them. But text missing the Archons, text missing, who has text missing, but since it text missing, angry with text missing, the just text missing is his servant. Therefore, your name is James the Just. You see how you will become sober when you see me, and you stopped this prayer. Now, since you are a just man of God, you have embraced me and kissed me. Truly I say to you that you have stirred up great anger and wrath against yourself, but this has to happen so that those others might come to be." But James was timid, and he wept, and he was very distressed. And they both sat down upon a rock. And the Lord said to him, "James, thus you will undergo these sufferings. But do not be sad, for the flesh is weak. It will receive what has been ordained for it. But as for you, do not be timid or afraid." And then the Lord ceased. Now when James heard these things, he wiped away the tears in his eyes, and he was very bitter. Missing text. Which is missing text? The Lord said to him, "James, behold, I shall reveal to you your redemption. When you are seized, and you undergo these sufferings, a multitude will arm themselves against you, that they may seize you. In particular, 3 of them will seize you. They who sit there as toll collectors. Not only do they demand a toll, but they also take away souls by theft. When you come into their power, one of them who is their guard will say to you, 'Who are you, and where are you from?' You are to say to him, 'I am a son. I am from the Father.' He will say to you, 'What sort of son are you? And to what father do you belong?' You are to say to him, 'I am from the pre-existent Father, and a son in the pre-existent One.' When he says to you, 'Text missing,' you are to say to him, 'Text missing,' in the text missing, that I might text missing. Text missing of alien things, and you are to say to him, 'They are not entirely alien, but they are from Achamoth, who is the female. And these she produced as she brought down the race from the pre-existent one. So then they are not alien, but they are ours. They are indeed ours because she, who is mistress of them, is from the pre-existent one. At the same time they are alien because the pre-existent one did not have intercourse with her when she produced them. Reader's note: Achamoth and Valentinian texts give two forms of wisdom. One is the higher wisdom called Sophia, and then there's a lower wisdom called Achamoth. Wisdom is closely linked to Eve in the creation stories, and Eve is portrayed as the mother of the living and the revealer of all knowledge. End reader's note. When he also says to you, "Where will you go?" you are to say to him, "To the place from which I have come, there shall I return." And if you say these things, you will escape their attacks. But when you come to these three detainers, who take away souls by theft in that place, text missing these. You text missing a vessel, text missing much more than text missing of the one whom you text missing for, text missing her root. You too will be sober, text missing. But I shall call upon the imperishable knowledge, which is Sophia, who is in the Father, and who is the mother of Achamoth. Achamoth had no father, nor male consort, but she is female from a female. She produced you without a male, since she alone was in ignorance as to what lives through her mother, because she thought that she alone existed. But I shall cry out to her mother, and then they will fall into confusion, and they will blame their root and the race of their mother. But you will go up to what is yours, missing text, and you will, missing text, the pre-existent one. They are a type of the 12 disciples and the 12 pairs, missing text. Achamoth, which is translated Sophia, and who I myself am, and who the imperishable Sophia is, through whom you will be redeemed, and who are all the sons of him who is. These things they have known and have hidden within them. You are to hide these things within you, and you are to keep silent. But you are to reveal them to Adai. When you depart, immediately war will be made with this land. Weep then for him who dwells in Jerusalem. But let Adai take these things to heart. In the 10th year, let Adai sit and write them down. And when he writes them down, text missing. And they are to give them text missing. He has the text missing. He is called Levi. Then he is to bring text missing word, text missing from what I had said earlier, text missing a woman, text missing. Jerusalem is in her, text missing, and he begets 2 sons through her. They are to inherit these things in the understanding of him who, text missing, exalts. They are to receive text missing through him, from his intellect. Now the younger of them is greater, and may these things remain hidden in him until he comes to the age of 17 years, text missing, beginning text missing through them. They will pursue him exceedingly, since they are from his text missing companions. He will be proclaimed through them, and they will proclaim this word. Then he will become a seed of text missing. James said, I'm satisfied, text missing, and they are text missing my soul. Yet another thing I asked of you, who are the 7 women who have been your disciples? And behold, all women bless you. I also am amazed how powerless vessels have become strong by a perception which is within them. The Lord said, you, text missing, well, text missing, a spirit of text missing, a spirit of thought, a spirit of counsel, of a text missing, a spirit text missing, a spirit of knowledge, text missing, of their fear, text missing, when he had passed through the breath of this Archon who was named Adonias, text missing. Him and text missing. He was ignorant, text missing. When I came forth from him, he remembered that I am his son. He was gracious to me at that time as a son, and then before I appeared here, he cast them among this people, and from the place of heaven, the prophets, text missing. James said, Rabbi, text missing. I, text missing, altogether, text missing. In them especially, text missing. And the Lord said, James, I praise you, text missing. Walk upon the earth, text missing. The words while he, text missing, on thee, text missing. For cast away from you the cup of bitterness. For some from, text missing, set themselves against you. For you have begun to understand their roots from beginning to the end. Cast away from yourself all lawlessness, and beware lest they envy you. When you speak these words of perception, encourage these four, Salome and Miriam and Martha and Arsinoe, text missing. Since he takes some, text missing, to me he has text missing burnt offerings and text missing. But I, text missing, not in this way, but text missing first fruits of the text missing, upward text missing, so that the power of God might appear. The perishable has gone up to the imperishable, and the female element has attained to this male element. And James said, Rabbi, into these three things then has their text missing been cast. For they have been reviled, and they have been persecuted, text missing. Behold, text missing everything, text missing from anyone, text missing. For you have received text missing of knowledge, and text missing that what is the text missing. Go, you will find text missing. But I shall go forth and shall reveal that they believe in you, that they may be content with their blessing and salvation, and this revelation may come to pass. And he went at that time immediately and rebuked the 12, and cast out of them contentment concerning the way of knowledge, missing text. And the majority of them, missing text, when they saw the messenger took in, missing text. The others, missing text, said, missing text, him from this earth, for he is not worthy of life. These then were afraid. They arose, saying, we have no part in this blood, for a just man will perish through injustice. And James departed, so that, text missing, look, text missing, for we, text missing him. And he went at the same time immediately, and he rebuked the 12, and cast out of them contentment concerning the way of knowledge, missing text. And the majority of them, missing text. And of the apocalypse of James the just, the compassionate. In Hebrew, there is no James, it's Jacob. It means catcher, heel catcher, or he who follows closely, or is a supplanter, a replacer, meaning he's throwing away the old and becoming Christ, or his higher conscious self. And that's it, you guys. Please, again, help the channel get ranked higher in the YouTube algorithms. Give it a like, a small comment, share. Love yourselves and love each other unconditionally.